Amazon isn't just big, it's colossal, ranking 5th globally with a market cap that's over $1 trillion. It's not just about buying stuff online anymore. Amazon has grown into something much bigger, offering streaming services and even creating gadgets like Alexa. This company has become so popular and influential that its name is now used as a verb, just like Google. But before we go any further, welcome to Tales of Titans, the place where business and history come to life. So, let's dive into the amazing origin story of Amazon. Back in 1994, Jeff Bezos decided to start a company right out of his garage in Bellevue, Washington. This wasn't just any company. Jeff had a vision of creating an online marketplace, starting with books, that would eventually sell just about everything you can think of. This idea turned Amazon into what people now call the everything store. Over time, Amazon didn't just stick to selling products, it grew into a giant with many different branches like Amazon Web Services, which is all about cloud computing, Zoox, that's working on self-driving cars, Kuiper Systems, aiming to provide satellite internet, and Amazon Lab 126, which is a hub for computer hardware research and development. Plus, they own several other companies like Ring, Twitch, IMDb, MGM Holdings, and Whole Foods Market. So why did Jeff start Amazon? He was motivated by something he called the regret minimization framework. In simpler terms, he didn't want to look back when he was older and regret not taking a chance on the internet boom with his own startup. Before his leap of faith, Jeff had a cushy job on Wall Street, but he decided to leave it all behind, move to Seattle, and lay down the foundation for what would become Amazon. Initially, Jeff named his new venture Cadabra Inc., but after a lawyer mistakenly heard it as cadaver, he decided to change it to Amazon.com. The name Amazon was inspired by the Amazon River, the largest river by discharge volume of water in the world, because Jeff wanted his store to be the biggest bookstore in the world. Plus, being listed at the top of alphabetized lists didn't hurt either, hence starting with A. Jeff knew that building a recognizable and trusted brand would be crucial. He believed that even though others might copy his business model, a strong brand could make all the difference, much like McDonald's. In the beginning, Amazon's operations were quite humble, running out of Jeff's garage on Northeast 28th Street in Bellevue. But from these modest beginnings, Amazon started to grow. Now, you might be wondering why Jeff Bezos decided to choose books out of everything for his online startup. Well, after having dived into a report predicting a massive 2,300% boom in web commerce, he decided to jump into the online market and thought hard and came up with a list of 20 potential products to sell online. Then, after some consideration, he zeroed in on 5 top picks: CDs, computer hardware and software, videos, and books. But what really caught his eye was the book market. It was vast. Books were reasonably priced, and there were tons of titles out there. So, he landed on the idea of selling books online, with a hefty initial boost from his parents' investment of almost $250,000. On July 16, 1955, Amazon.com launched as an online bookstore, boasting the world's biggest collection of books accessible to anyone on the internet. The first book they ever sold was Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies by Douglas Hofstadter. Right out of the gate, Amazon hit the ground running, selling across all 50 states and over 45 countries, and seeing their sales skyrocket to $20,000 a week in just 2 months. By October 1995, they were ready to introduce themselves to the public, and in 1997, Amazon went public with its stock. But not everyone was cheering. Barnes & Noble took Amazon to court in 1997, challenging its claim to be the world's largest bookstore since it was, technically, a book broker. This legal tiff ended in a settlement, with Amazon sticking to its claim. Then, in 1998, Walmart also sued Amazon, accusing it of stealing trade secrets. This lawsuit, too, ended without a trial, but led Amazon to tighten its internal policies. Amazon tried to break into publishing in 1999 by purchasing a defunct imprint, Weathervane, but this venture quickly fizzled out. Despite this hiccup, Amazon's influence in making online shopping mainstream was undeniable, earning Bezos the title of Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 1999. Jeff then came up with the Amazon logo. Notice that smiley arrow going from A to Z? That's not just for looks. It symbolizes Amazon's mission to have everything you could possibly want, from the start of the alphabet to the end. Now, on to Amazon's early days. When Amazon first started, they weren't in a rush to make profits. They figured it would take about 4 to 5 years before they saw any real money. This slow pace didn't sit well with the people who had put their money into the company. They were worried Amazon wouldn't make enough money fast enough to keep going, especially when a lot of online businesses were collapsing left and right. But here's the thing. When the dot-com bubble burst in 2001, taking down many internet companies, Amazon wasn't one of them. Instead, they kept pushing through. And in the last quarter of 2001, Amazon did something that surprised a lot of people. They made a profit for the first time, just 1 cent per share, but it was a big deal because it was off more than $1 billion in sales. This tiny profit was huge news because it showed that Amazon's unique approach could actually work. They weren't just surviving, they were setting themselves up to become a giant in online sales. Flash forward to 2011, and Amazon was already a big deal with 30,000 full-time employees in the US. Moving to the end of 2016, and that number had skyrocketed to 180,000. In 2014, Amazon tried something new with the Fire Phone, aiming to make a splash in the smartphone world with a device focused on media streaming. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned, and the venture flopped, costing Amazon $170 million in losses and leading to the discontinuation of the Fire Phone the next year. However, 2014 wasn't all about setbacks for Amazon. They made a significant move by acquiring Twitch, a popular platform for video game streaming, for $970 million, expanding their footprint in the gaming industry. Jumping to 2017, and Amazon made headlines again by announcing its intention to buy Whole Foods, a premium supermarket chain with over 400 stores, for a whopping $13.4 billion. This move was seen as a direct challenge to Walmart's dominance in the retail sector. The deal got the green light from Whole Foods shareholders and the Federal Trade Commission by August 23, 2017. In the same year, Amazon shared plans for a second headquarters, dubbed HQ2, eyeing a metropolitan area with at least 1 million residents. This new base was projected to house up to 50,000 employees. Additionally, Amazon announced the construction of a new building in downtown Seattle to support Mary's Place, a local charity, by 2020. By the end of 2017, Amazon's global workforce had ballooned to over 566,000 employees. Fast forward to 2018, and Amazon had captured about 5% of all U.S. retail spending, excluding certain categories, and a dominant 43.5% of all online spending in the country. With predictions, it would soon hold nearly half of the total American online spending. In 2018, Amazon launched a last-mile delivery program, beefing up its delivery fleet with 20,000 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans to enhance its shipping capabilities. Then, in late March 2020, during the peak of the COVID-19 crisis, workers at a Staten Island warehouse walked out to protest poor health conditions. Meanwhile, the pandemic triggered a massive spike in online shopping, leading to shortages of everyday items both online and in physical stores. Amazon responded by pausing the acceptance of non-essential items from third-party sellers for a while and ramped up its workforce by hiring around 175,000 additional workers and delivery folks. They also temporarily increased wages by $2 an hour to manage this unprecedented demand. 2020 saw Amazon's retail U.S. e-commerce sales surge to $386 billion, marking a 38% increase from 2019, with a significant portion of its e-commerce business coming from marketplace sales. However, not all was smooth sailing. In November 2022, Amazon announced plans to lay off 10,000 employees from its corporate and technology sectors, a number that grew to 18,000 by January 2023. In March, an additional 9,000 job cuts were announced. Finally, coming to 2023 and in a bold move on September 25th, Amazon announced a partnership with Anthropic, an AI startup, becoming a minority stakeholder with an investment up to $4 billion. This partnership aimed to leverage Amazon Web Services for AI development and other Anthropic's AI models to AWS customers. In the same year, Amazon also began testing humanoid robots in its warehouses worldwide, aiming to automate some work tasks. These robots are designed to manage tasks like positioning empty boxes and locating new ones, showcasing Amazon's continuous push towards innovation and efficiency in its operations. And that's the story of Amazon. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more amazing content, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.